a world that praises noise and chaos, masculinity has been hijacked, turned into a mask, a performance, an identity worn but rarely lived. We've been taught that to be a man means to be hard, closed, dominant, emotionless, but that version of masculinity is a cage. And there is another way, a truer way. Healthy masculinity is not a return to the past. It is the return to presence, to strength through vulnerability, to wisdom over reaction. This is the journey back to what it truly means to be a man, not defined by ego, but by essence. Well, what is healthy masculinity? Healthy masculinity is a grounded, embodied presence. It is not something to prove. It is something to remember. It is a natural state when a man is fully aligned with his values, his purpose, and his truth. It's not about external dominance or passive avoidance. It's the balance between clarity and compassion, the capacity to hold power and humility in the same breath. Let's define it through qualities. Purpose-driven. He knows where he's headed and why. He doesn't drift through life reacting. His actions are intentional, emotionally attuned. He feels but isn't overwhelmed by emotion. He creates space for feelings, his own and others, without collapsing or retreating. Protective, not controlling. He knows when to step up to shield and support, but doesn't seek power over others. Protection is service, not domination. Clear boundaries. He says yes with full presence and no with grounded clarity. He does not need anger to enforce his edges. Presence over performance. He does not need to be the loudest voice in the room. His power is felt in stillness, in silence, in stability. Healthy masculinity is not performative. It isn't about being hyper-independent, nor about being overly apologetic for being a man. It's about embodying the mature masculine, integrated, rooted, and reliable. Key principle: a man rooted in healthy masculinity generates safety in every space he enters, emotionally, physically, spiritually. 2. The unhealthy masculine, where things go wrong. From a young age, many boys are programmed to disconnect from their emotional world. This programming creates distortion. It teaches feelings are weakness. Vulnerability is shameful. Power means control. 2 distortions emerge: hypermasculinity. Toughness becomes a mask. Anger becomes the only allowed emotion. Men are praised for aggression, conquest, and coldness. Intimacy becomes threatening. Passive masculinity. On the flip side, many reject masculinity altogether. Without guidance, they collapse inward. They become avoidant, indecisive, afraid of responsibility or action. This distortion often comes from trauma, emotional neglect, or abuse. Absent fathers or emotionally unavailable male role models. Cultural scripts that mock sensitivity, generational shame passed down silently. The result is men who explode in moments of stress, withhold affection, struggle to express needs clearly, feel like imposters in leadership. Unhealthy masculinity is reactive, disconnected, and unstable. It's the man who avoids truth, numbs through addiction, or lashes out to hide insecurity. Key insight: until a man faces himself, he will project his wounds onto the world around him. 3. Pillars of healthy masculinity. Self-ownership. This is the foundation. A man must own his choices, his past, and his healing. Blame, denial, and victimhood are signs of emotional immaturity. Self-ownership says, what happened to me matters, but what I do with it is mine. I am not my pain, but I am responsible for how it moves through me. Emotional intelligence. A healthy man develops emotional fluency. He doesn't fear his feelings. He knows how to name what he's feeling, stay regulated under emotional pressure, validate others without abandoning himself, navigate conflict without needing to win. Purpose and direction. Purpose isn't just a career, it's a compass. When a man is without purpose, he becomes aimless, reactive, or addicted to distraction. Purpose aligns his energy. Purpose helps him endure challenge. Purpose gives him a reason to stay steady when storms come. Boundaries and leadership. A man who leads from ego destroys. A man who leads from presence builds. Boundaries are how he protects his peace. Leadership is how he influences with integrity. He leads not by control, but by example. Integrity and consistency. He says what he means and follows through. He is dependable. His family feels it. His community trusts it. Integrity builds self-respect. Consistency creates trust. The father wound and male role models. Many men walk with an unhealed father wound. Either their father was absent, their father was abusive, or their father was physically present but emotionally dead. This leaves a gap, a confusion about identity and power, signs of an unhealed father wound. Compulsive need for approval, fear of stepping into leadership, chronic self-doubt or overcompensation. Some become hyper-masculine to avoid appearing weak. Others become overly passive, fearing any resemblance to their father. Healing comes through refathering, becoming the safe, loving, structured man your younger self never met. Setting new standards, reclaiming authority without violence. You cannot heal the masculine externally until you heal it internally. 5. The balance of masculine and feminine. We all carry both masculine and feminine energies, regardless of gender. Masculine energy, direction, order, logic, stillness, containment. Feminine energy, emotion, intuition, flow, expression, creation. When out of balance, men may become rigid, controlling, emotionally cut off, or they may collapse into chaos, emotion, indecision. Maturity is the integration of both. The masculine holds the structure, like a riverbank. The feminine flows within that structure, like the water. A healthy man knows how to be still and expressive, logical and intuitive. He honors the feminine in others, not with fear or suppression, but reverence. 6. Practices to embody healthy masculinity, daily disciplines. Cold showers or ice baths. Trains nervous system regulation. Physical movement builds resilience and confidence. Breath work recenters emotional state and grounds presence. Journaling tracks emotional patterns and inner dialogue. Sacred rituals. Morning silence connects with purpose before external input. Weekly solitude, reflect and course correct without distraction. Gratitude practice strengthens emotional openness. Brotherhood. Circles, safe, consistent spaces to connect with other men. Share truth, challenge blind spots, hold each other accountable. Inner work. Somatic therapy releases trauma from the body. Shadow work integrates disowned parts of self. Inner child reparenting heals unmet emotional needs. Integrity check-ins, weekly questions. Where did I show up? Where did I betray myself? Regular honesty with self and trusted men. 7. Modern challenges for masculine energy. Modern society has pathologized masculinity. Many boys are raised with no rite of passage, no emotional guidance, no stable male mentors. Instead, they turn to porn and fantasy for intimacy, social media for validation, substances for escape result, men in grown bodies with fragile identities and fractured nervous systems. They are not bad men. They are uninitiated men. What we need, initiated men who have faced their inner darkness, mentors who model emotional maturity, leaders who restore honor to masculine presence. Closing message: masculinity is not the enemy. Wounded masculinity is. The world needs strong men, not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually, energetically. Men who protect, not possess. Men who listen, not lecture. Men who lead, not dominate. If you are watching this, this is your call. Not to be perfect, but to be real. Not to seek control, but to create safety. Not to prove manhood, but to embody it. rise. Walk with truth in one hand and compassion in the other. Be the mountain in the storm, be the fire that warms, not the one that burns. This is healthy masculinity.